Alrighty. I believe we are live for the first round of the returning AOR Xbox 360 League on F1 2013. And, well, I'm a little bit uncomfortable right now trying to do this commentary, as I got both my Xbox headset and my PC headset on at the same time to try and make this work. And I want to hear what people say in the chat potentially during the race. We'll also use my Xbox PC headset to speak to all you guys. So, there you go. Hopefully, my stream is now live for you guys as well. It would be nice if you could let me know in the chat, because this is the first time ever that I'm actually streaming a game from a console. So I'm just gonna, first of all, retire from the session. So that we can have an overview of the drivers attending this race. There seems to be 14 attendees. I have gotten word that the two Irishmen, the brothers in fact, TRL Rosberg and also TRL Maguire, are going to be absent for this first race due to some connection problems that they've been having. So we got 14 out of 6, actually no, 13 out of 15 drivers. Obviously one spot is reserved for either me or Matti when we're doing this live stream. So yeah, obviously there's a few familiar names on the grid still. We got 6 drivers returning who have previously been in the top AOR Xbox 360 F1 League. We got Brocek in here, the reigning Season 9 champion, which he himself feels like it was a little bit of an undeserved championship, with obviously TRL Limitless having major connection issues during that season, and losing it at the final race, despite Brocek's best effort of trying to give it to him. But that didn't work out. Obviously we got TRL Limitless himself here as well, trying once again to get another AOR championship under his belt. Hopefully he will be a bit more lucky with regards to his connection this season. We got Jason 97 F1 returning as well. He's been in the league in the past. I believe he finished, just going to check quickly, he finished either 2nd or 3rd in the Season 9. He was 3rd, yeah, behind Limitless in the final Season 9 standings. So nice to see him back. As well as TRL Martin, who is a one-time race winner in the AOR F1 League, and a Leobot as well. And then you got a few new guys. A few of them have been in lower AOR leagues in the past, but also some of them are completely without AOR experience in the past. So I'm just gonna go into spectator mode and see who's out on track. I would assume that by now most people will be out on track, having sorted out their setup and stuff like that. And this is you have to excuse me, but guys, as I get used to these controls with the spectator mode there, because I haven't been on this game for absolute ages, and also this is probably the first time I'm actually on this game with a pad. So because obviously when I was racing myself, I was using the wheel, obviously, as most people that know me will probably be aware of. We're on board with Chris X Stars at the moment, one of the new guys. He's a German, I believe, driving the Ferrari this season. I'm just gonna... Okay, so RT to skip through the drivers, that's good to know. Here's Brocek, the reigning champion, with 12 minutes to go in the session. And he is driving the Mercedes for this season. Lovely looking car, and not as dominant in 2013 as it is now in real life. And Brocek goes straight back into the pits. That's quite interesting. Clearly it's something he's not really happy with, and that's been going on his outlap. So let's see. I assume, yeah, so left trigger to go that way. Unleashed also back into the pits. I assume a few guys have just gone out to get a feel for the track and then gone back into the pit lane to do some adjustments, maybe. Although I would assume, I'm not actually fully confirming it, but I would assume that Park Ferme is on, so that once they've gone out on track with a setup, they can't go back in and change it again. So maybe they've just had some damage on their outlaps or something, because they can't be doing any setup changes. But you can see on the minimap that actually most drivers are in the pit still. with the nearly 4 minutes gone in the session. But we can follow now Rio Haryanto, one of the new guys in the league, I believe, or he might have actually taken part in that mini season that we held on F1 2013 after season 9 on F1 2014, which was only a few races long. But at least a guy with some league experience in the past. So it remains to be seen, obviously, how all these new guys, who most of whom I don't really know very well myself, so interested to see kind of how they will fare against this established opposition of, the likes of Limitless and Brochek and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know in the chat, guys. There's a bit, Jesus Christ, so much going on in the chat. Oh, dearie me. Okay, there's no way I'm going to catch up with this while also trying to focus on what is going on the screen here. Tyrell Maze is saying, go on Brochek with caps lock, that's good. Fisi, don't look at the Norway score. Oh, fuck. Okay, Norway playing Hungary in the football at the moment, so apparently that's gone wrong for Norway. That's going to make me sad for this entire stream, that. Oh, and Rio Haryanto as well going straight back into the pits. But yeah, he has at least had a lap. So he's set a 122.3. Jason also back in after his first lap of 122.9. So he's 6/10 off was what Rio Haryanto did. Let's see what the scoreboard is at the moment. Only 5 drivers that have actually set a time. Yee, 22, the Italian, on pole as his stand, provisional pole, with a 121.5. 1/10 ahead of Martin and Andre, BC F1 1997. Yes. So some good times, although I can't really remember from what, a year ago when we raced on this game last time. What is the competitive time around there? I'm sure we'll see by the end of the session, obviously, whether these times are actually properly competitive. But certainly right now it's looking good for these 3 guys at the top. Let's head back out on the track and see what's going on. He coming back out of the pits for his second run. Let's go Tyrell Martin. Currently running around in P2, but he's only on his out lap at the moment, so I'm just going to try and find someone who's actually on a flying lap. If I can. Here we go, TSR Unleashed, who I know has had quite a bit of league experience from various leagues. He's only done like 4 races previously in AOR. He was in the GP2 league for a short bit, possibly in season 9. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it was season 9. And either way, he's now coming towards the end of his first flying lap in this session, with the session pretty much halfway finished. And he goes P4 with a 127.7, which is 0.2 of a second off Yee's pole time, or provisional pole time so far. Unleashed. Certainly in the mix as it stands. I'm sure he'll be looking to improve that as well. Let's try and find someone else on a flyer at the moment. Chris X Stars then on the way to set his first proper lap in AOR in a qualifying session. Driving a Ferrari very much on the curb there. Looks to be getting very oversteery over the curb there. And he goes straight back into the pit without having set the lap yet. So not the session not quite going where he would want it at the moment. Orbit Pride as well. He has set the lap. He's gone P2 actually, just as I switched him. Orbit Pride, I believe a Frenchman. I'm gonna quickly go back to the scoreboard to double check that. Yeah, Orbit Pride, the Frenchman's gone P2 with a 0.6. Leobot's gone P4 with a 0.6. There's loads of 0.6 times, 21.6. 4 guys with a 24.1.6 so far, but Yi22 still on provisional pole as it stands. And then there's a bit of a gap from P6 and down to P7. With Arianto there. Let's see, so Limitless has not set a lap yet. Brochek's not set a lap yet. Obviously the top 2 in the standings from season 9 are yet to get on the scoreboard, so interesting to see what they can do compared to this man who's currently sitting on pole position. And on a flying lap at the moment actually, so I think we'll just stay with him to the end of this lap and see if he can improve on that impressive 1.5 that he got on his first run. And pretty nice and clean, tiny bit out of the track limits on the exit there, but not too bad. And one Toro Rosso there getting out of the way, and he's coming up to a bit more traffic as Sauber as well, but he also gets nicely out of the way, which is good to see. As I'm just trying to have a quick look on the chat again, and there's still too much going on, and people talking about loads of various things, which I'm just not gonna have time to catch up on that right now. Though, he improves his time to 121.4, but he's only P2 now, so someone's gone above him. Who is that going to be? That's Andre, BC F1 1997 in the Toro Rosso. He's gone with 121.2, which certainly, as it stands right now, is looking like a very impressive lap. He says here he's Icelandic on his flag, but I believe he said on the forum that he is from Italy. And 3 of the new guys as it stands having the top 3 positions in qualifying. That is very surprising at the moment. And we're still waiting for Brošek and Limitless to get a lap in, and a couple of the new guys as well. So, well, could go any way this session so far. Andre's on a slow cool-down lap by the looks of it. Trying to look around what's going on track. Tyrrell Martin only on an out lap at the moment. Where is Tyrrell, Limitless and Brošek out on track? I need to find this out. Just gonna skip through everyone. There's still a few cars in the pits I'm seeing. And here is Brošek, and he's about to finish a lap. Good timing, and he goes P5 at the moment with a 121.6, the reigning champion from season 9. So he's, like many other people, on the 0.6 at the moment and in the mix, but he would surely want to improve a little bit on that. TSR Unleashed, only starting a lap right now. And where is Limitless? Where is Limitless? Is he having problems? He is on the track at least. Rio Haryanto's retired from the race, so he's presumably happy with what he's done. And yeah, no, that is not... Okay, so that's not how the spectator mode works. I pressed here Limitless's name on the scoreboard to spectate him, but it did not put him in his car. I don't know if he's on track at the moment, but we will follow Tyrrell Martin till the end of this lap with only 3 minutes to go in the session. And nice to see a lot of people in the chat. Wish I could kind of read it all while I'm kind of looking at this, but either way, Tyrrell Martin not completing that lap, so he's still sitting P4 as it stands. And has anything changed at the top? No, still the 3 new boys up there. 2 Italians and a Frenchman. Obviously, a bit surprising. Then we got those 3 obviously followed by 3 veterans, you have to say. Martin, Brošek and Leobot. Brošek now having that lap that is at least put him up there. And like Limitless, to still not set a lap. He's the only person yet to set a lap. Really don't know what that is about. Lest F1 retired from the race. I'll try to... No. Cannot see Limitless anywhere. Andre has gone P1 by the looks of it. Or was he P1 already? Oh yeah, he was P1 already. I'm just been a bit messed up. I'm just trying to find Limitless right now. Is he still in the pits? Is he waiting to do a last ditch lap, or is he intentionally just wanting to start from the back? I don't know. I really don't know. No one's, as far as I've heard anyway, unless my Xbox headset is broken. No one has said anything in game chat during this session. So we're obviously only watching Brošek's outlap right now. Don't know why we're watching that. He put on a lap, but I'm just gonna have to try and scroll around to find Limitless. And if he's not there, then he's the one dot that is still in the pit lane. So I'm a little bit confused right now. Thanks for that, Limitless. Oh, there he is actually! Limitless is on the circuit. He's yet to set a lap, and he's gonna have 1 chance to get a competitive lap in here. This is what counts. I'm going to follow Limitless around for this one lap. And yeah, everything on the line in terms of this qualifying session for Limitless now in the Marussia. Almost a manor there. It's not F1 215 this, luckily for everyone. So looking decent for Limitless so far. So I'm just gonna have a quick look in the chat again. Noble, yeah, I wouldn't mind you being a steward for this league, to be honest, if you want to, or at least help me out with being the steward. Limitless now halfway around the lap as the timer is about to go down. So I see on the minute there was one guy who just crossed the line, so whoever that was will be the last person to set a lap in this session. As the 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers still out on track. The 6 that have finished the session already. And what can Limitless do? Yeah, he'll obviously... surely his goal for this season is to win an AOR championship. He's tried for several seasons. He was in the hunt in season 8, lost out to X-G on that occasion, and then season 9 lost out to his connection, you have to say. And now what can he do in this session? Only P3. I say only, still a good time, but it's P3 for TRL Limitless. He's not on the front row. A little bit surprising there, considering he's probably, certainly one of the big favourites for this league. Martin coming towards the line now as well for his final lap. And he goes P4, I believe he was P4 already, possibly. Or he might have been pushed down to P5 actually by Limitless. And then got back up to P4 with that improvement to 0.5 for him. And Yi22 has gone on pole position, the Italian, with the only man to break into the 20s here. With a 120.9, extremely impressive. Obviously, we didn't see that lap, so we can't comment on like how clean it was. But you'd have to hope that these guys are being clean in this race. We're in the qualifying session, I should say, as we are now getting ready for the race. And there is the Italian taking pole position on his debut AOR race, Yi22. And he is looking very pleased in that generic F1 2013 catchy. And I have to say, I don't know too much about that guy. He's a new member on the AOR forum. He's not raced in the AOR League before. And but clearly a fast guy based on this qualifying session. So, as I'm now getting into the car to do commentary, this is not right. So yeah, obviously with this game, how the spectator mode works is basically I'll be going to the grid just like everyone else, and I'll be hurrying up into the hurrying to retire from the race to get into the spectator mode to hopefully hopefully get there for the first corner, but that'll be a bit of a stretch. But we'll do our best for that. No, Luke, I'm not going to just start a race for the bands. Would be fun if I just suddenly started racing instead, but I am on a pad right now, and everyone knows I'm a wheel driver. I have never driven this game properly with a pad, actually. So if I was to actually start this race, I would be an absolute hazard and just crash into everyone. And while that would probably be fun for everyone to watch, I'm not sure the drivers would be very pleased. So yeah, here we have then the order for the start. No disconnection so far as I've seen, unless something's gone on while I've been looking at the chat. Hopefully not. Still says everyone is in there, yeah, according to this screen anyway. Limitless hasn't disconnected yet, so that's good. And I guess it's up to Limitless. He's the coordinator for this league this season. It's up to him when the race starts, I would assume. Very random comments in this chat, I have to say. Very random. Show strategy. Okay, yeah. So this is what the default game strategy is. Starting on options, pitting on lap 6 for primes, doing 11 laps, and then doing 12 laps on the last prime stint. So presumably a 2-stopper. If the game default strategy is something to go by, although I remember, even though it's been a while since I've raced in this game, I do remember from the past that the game strategy wasn't always the one that people end up going with. I do remember on 2013 was one of the games where tyre wear was very high, so we could definitely see some pit stops within the first 4 or 5 laps probably. I would imagine. But all that remains to be seen. I don't know how much practice these guys have done in terms of their strategies and stuff. So yeah, we'll just have to jump into it, just like them. A little bit clueless possibly, and just see what happens. Hopefully we'll have some fun racing on the track. Yeah. 93 Ryan, which I assume his real name is Brian. He says the options are crap on this game, and yeah, that's basically goes back to what I was saying with tyre wear being bad. You could definitely see very early pit stops there if people start in the options, which I would assume that many do, certainly in the top 10, because they have to start an option if they qualified on the options. Remember. Yeah, the countdown for the race is going down, and I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done a live commentary like this before, and I'm really not sure what to expect here. I hope just that the drivers are able to keep it relatively clean, and that we can have some fun action for everyone watching. There we go then, entering the track for the first round of this new F1 2013 season, the revived F1 2013 season on AOR. There's only one league in the league setup this season at the moment, and these are the drivers that will be taken to the track. 13 drivers, including me, will be trying my best to get out of the car as fast as possible, as the lights are not coming on for some reason. So that's unfortunate. I guess the race is over. And here we are then. Race. The lights are now coming on. It's 4, it's 5. And we are away here for the first race. I'm going to quickly retire from the session. And spectate. And change camera please to look backwards from the leader's view. Yi keeps the lead out of turn 1. And who is that who's gone behind? Oh shit, they're all orbit. Pride is off there. I was going to go backwards, not forwards on the driver switch in there, and there's action behind Limitless. Limitless gotten up to P2 so far. Really not sure what camera that is best to use here, to be honest, but I'll look at this for now with action going on behind Limitless. And who is that currently in P3? One of the Toro Rossos. You'll have to excuse me in terms of the... Oh shit, no. Oh, it's going the wrong way on this driver switching. Yeah, I'm not fully sure of what driver's on what car at the moment, so you'll have to excuse me a bit of that. Andre BC F1, who I believe started second in his race, has dropped to third, so Limitless must have overtaken him at the start. And then as it stands, we've got Tyrrell Martin in 4th, Broshik in 5th, Lest F1 in 6th, and then Leobot in 7th, and there's a bit of a gap. Oh, we got a bit of a Red Bull scrap then going on for 7th with Rio Haryanto. Oh, and there's another scrap behind here. It's all going on the back. Look at that, Limitless trying to defend from a Ferrari, and a Marusha had a little bit of contact between the two red cars there. And it looks to be fine, everyone carrying on. Jesus Christ, these cameras are horrible. And Limitless is now being passed by... Oh, there's a bit of contact again! There's a relatively clean pass by Chris X Stars here, and I'm going to move back towards the front of the race here. That's what people want to see, but this spectator mode really isn't very good in terms of switching fast between the drivers. Leobot all over the back of... What is this again? Lest F1! He's all over the back of Lest F1, and if I can look with my long eyes forward, there's not too much battling going on, and Leobot now making the move, got a much better exit than left out of the previous corner, and just making it stick now on the inside without catching the curb on the inside as well, which is good to see. So Leobot up to 6th place, and is that some cars getting close to each other, going into turn 11 and 12 as well. Looks like Limitless is actually a little bit under pressure from Andre. We overtook at the start, and Brochek and who is that in 4th again? Gerald Martin, of course, all keeping up in that little train at the moment, and the leader seemingly breaking a little bit away as well. But the top 5 very much in close contention as it stands after the first couple of laps. Oh, there's a moment there for Andre, is that? Yeah, Andre's had a moment through the final corner. Very tricky corner, obviously. If you're running with no assist, no traction control, it's very easy to lose the back end there. I certainly know that from my 1 lap of experience I've done with a pad on this game. I'm not a good pad driver, so just have to get out of the way. But Andre dropping it down to 4th. Still a very solid first couple of laps for him, though, in terms of this being his debut race so far. Even more solid a couple of laps, though, for the leader at the moment. Yi 22. Here he is. Looking very good out in front. Limitless, the veteran of the AOR F1 League, trying to hunt him down, but not visibly closing the gap as it stands. There is surely about a second, I would say, between the two of them at the moment. A little bit off track there for Yi as well. Hopefully won't be seeing too much of that. I said once again, I went the wrong way. At least we now know that Limitless HD, the secondary Limitless, I guess I could say, in this race, is running in last. And yeah, let me know, guys, what camera you prefer me to use there. I guess this is kind of gives the best overview, even though it's not very realistic as far as the coverage goes. Oh, wait a minute. His rear wing just fell off. Oh, he's back now. Limitless, his rear top flap on his rear wing just fell off there as he opened the RS. That was very interesting. Gerald Martin also keeping up behind. There's a gap forming, though. Andre is seemingly struggling a little bit after qualifying 2nd. He's now down to 4th and dropping away from the top 3. With Brochek, I don't know if he's been held up by him, but certainly not able to challenge Andre at the moment, and obviously falling away from the top 3 as well. Brochek's aim, he said on the forum anyway, is to win the win the championship this season, retain his title, and obviously win races, as you would assume most people's goals are. Although for some people it's more realistic than others in terms of challenging for the wins. And Martin and Limitless both seemingly closing a little bit here on the leader. 4 laps to go. I would expect to see a few pit stops starting within the next couple of laps. I'm looking at the minimap, there doesn't seem to be any supremely close battling towards the back. Oh, there is a car in the pits actually. But I'm not going to focus on that now, as we've got Limitless all over the leader. It's getting very close in that secondary DRS zone here. Braking a little bit later as well, but not able to pass Yi. Keeping his cool on his debut to fend off the man who's been here since Season 5. Limitless made his AOR debut in Season 5 on F1 2012. It's been a while. And he's looking good at the moment. Martin as well. So it's a bit of a top 3 group breaking away as it stands. And I guess it now comes down to which one of these guys will blink first in terms of the pit strategy. Will any of them go in on this lap? It is a very high likelihood that they will. And I believe a few people are probably pitted based on the minimap, as Limitless takes a big part of the grass there. Certainly didn't get in time from it though, because it's dropped a little bit away from Yi again now. Where is Martin? These stupid cameras. Martin's still hanging on. as all of the top 3 now into the pit lane for the first stop. So I would imagine that we'll be seeing them all change onto the prime tires. Obviously the game's default strategy says 1 option stint and 2 prime stints. Whether anyone will break away from that and possibly try a 3-stopper with more option stints, that remains to be seen. Martin certainly going onto the primes. And he's been held a little bit. Oh, and Limitless has jumped! Ye in the pit stop there! Limitless, who historically has had so bad luck in the pit stop, has actually gained the net lead of the race in the pit stop there, although there's a Ferrari who has taken the proper lead of the race. I'm just gonna, let's see. Left trigger is to go forward, yes. And Limitless, a big gap behind him to Yi now. It's over a second, I would say. Yeah. Possibly 2 seconds to Yi. So Limitless has just had an incredible pit stop. Yeah, I don't know what that could be, like what the reason for that could be. Whether both Yi and Martin got held up a little bit. Certainly Martin did. And who is the man leading at the moment? Chris X Stars was running 10th, I believe, last time we watched him. But he is now getting the pleasure of leading a lap in this league. Oh, that is not the line you want to be taking, mate. He's certainly lost time there from just probably just taking too much speed into the second part of that little chicane. Going way onto the grass and losing a bit of time by that. And I would assume that we'll see him going into the pits as well, because obviously the reason he's leading right now is because he hasn't pitted yet. Oh no, actually, oh yeah, he's on the primes. This could be quite interesting. Chris X Stars is on the prime tires. So he must have started on the prime tires, obviously. Which means that Limitless and the 2 guys chasing him will have to pass him. Possibly this lap. Martin getting very close. Oh, is that Brochek back there as well? Yeah, Brochek has gotten up to a net 4th, but currently 5th in the race. So Andre has had some issues. Because Brochek was running behind the Toro Rosso of Andre. I'm not completely sure where he's gone. We're going to look onto Martin right now, because he's getting quite close to Yi. Limitless, you can see over there as well, getting quite close to the Ferrari of Chris X Stars, who stayed out in the lead after starting the race on the prime tires. And that is also too much off the track for my liking there. But can of course be easily misjudged that corner. Hopefully there's no intentional part of their brain saying that they want to be going off there. And now, yeah, Chris X Stars going into the pits from the lead just ahead of Limitless. That would have helped Limitless a lot, because he's now got the DRS without actually having to pass the Ferrari. Martin getting very close as well to in the DRS zone there. And where is Brochek? He'll be in at least visible range, but yeah, I think he had DRS there as well. So then, there is a top 4 train at the moment, and then we got TRS Unleashed now in P5. I wonder where Andre has gone. The man who started P2, of course, and he is down here in P6 at the moment, a little bit by himself. So Unleashed and Andre both running by themselves at the moment, and there's a few close battles seemingly going on here. Leobot running P7, just ahead of Jason, 2 guys who have quite a bit of experience in the AOR F1 League. They're having a little bit of a scrap there. In the lower part of the top 10, and Orbit Pride also making its debuts, running P9, and then Lest F1 running P10. I'm just going to skip all the way to the back to see what's going on. Via Hariander actually just behind Lest as well, so he will be trying to get into the top 10 obviously. And once again we see more people extending the exit of turn 12. Chris now after pitting actually down all the way down in P12, but you gotta wonder if he's alternate strategy maybe will pay off later in the race. Oh, and we've actually missed the overtake for the lead, have we? No, we haven't, obviously. He took that in the pit stop. My bad. It's hard to keep track of everything. Yeah, he's certainly getting very close to Limitless, so even though he jumped in the pits, there's nothing to say about his pace. All over Limitless, and where are the guys behind? Martin as well, all over the pair of them. So it's a very close top 3. And is still a close top 4? Not as close, but Brochek's just trying to hang on. I believe he... Oh, he's gonna be on the edge of whether or not he has DRS, isn't he? That's gonna be very close, although it looked like Martin just ahead there made a little bit of an error on that corner there. I'm just gonna... you can see on the minimap back there that there is several close scraps in the bottom edge of the top 5. We can see up ahead that he was trying to overtake Limitless there. We couldn't do it. Limitless just shut the door on him. A little bit aggressively maybe, but certainly fair. From what I can see from back here on board with Thierry Martin, who now also very much wants to get in on the action. But Yi P2 has first dibs on Thierry Limitless at the moment with the DRS. Is he going to be close enough here? No, he's not. He obviously had that oversteer moment towards the end of the lap, and a little bit on the back foot again, and it's gotten too much on the curb on the exit of turn 1. Is Martin going to be able to take advantage of that? No, he's not. So these guys still running in the same order as they were. And Brochek still pretty much on the same distance behind. So I wonder what he's going to be thinking. To be honest, I think he's not going to be too frustrated just yet. Brochek, he'll be quite pleased probably to know that he at least is able to keep with these guys, even though he would have liked to be a little bit closer. And that is not how we get closer though. He's just carried too much speed into that corner, possibly braked a little bit too late. As it looks like he once again is getting very close to Limitless, coming through turns 11 and 12. Ooh, a little bit on the curb again. But not going to be as close in this part of the track as he was on the previous lap. Coming towards the end of lap 10, so we're pretty much a third of the way through the race here. And can Yi take advantage of the DRS zone now to start lap 11? And he has to nail this final corner, which is very tricky without assists. I'm not completely sure what assists these guys are using. I know that Limitless is using no assist, and I would hope that he also is using the same. And he's not getting close enough though on this occasion. Martin as well has dropped a little bit off Yi. Ooh! Oh, he's gone for it! Oh, just why does it take so long to... Oh my god, Limitless is in the gravel. He's been hit. Oh, and yeah, you can see over there, Yi is slowing down for Limitless as well. So clearly, Yi has made contact with Limitless and feels that he was at fault for that and has let Limitless back through. So that is the big moment in this race. I'm sorry that, well, blame the game in terms of why we missed part of that because of the black screen. It just takes ages to change between the cameras, but... yeah, big incident, and the first bit of controversy, I guess, this season. But fair play, I guess, to Yi, at least, for giving the place back after causing the incident, but surely he'll be frustrated with himself, and Limitless will be very frustrated with him as well. And that's not the kind of... that's not the way you want to introduce yourself in your debut race. That's for sure. He's shown very impressive pace so far, but that was not as impressive, you have to say. Let's quickly see what's going on at the front. Is Brochek going to be close enough to Martin to make any kind of move? No, he's not. So it's always scary to skip away from the front because something might happen. But I just want to go back and look at the battles back here as Andre is all over the back of TSR. TSR Unleashed, I believe. Oh, getting very close and into the next DRS zone. Unleashed going defensive possibly? No, he doesn't have to. Andre is not close enough on the straight. Ooh, but Unleashed misses the apex a little bit, and now there's going to be side by side. Oh, that's going to be close. And Andre seemingly made a stick though on the inside now for the flat out right-hander, but it's been... oh, beautiful cutback from Unleashed there to just take advantage of the poor line that Andre had to carry there. And that is great defensive driving from Unleashed to keep hold of P5 at the moment. And these two guys are not actually that far off Yi and Limitless. You can see Yi way in the distance there, a few seconds up the road. And Andre, again, he used a bit of curse there to get close to Unleashed again. This is a nice little battle shaping up. I'll obviously try and keep an eye on the minimap to see if anything's going on with the top 4 as well. And loads of chat going on as well in the stream. It's impossible to me to keep an eye on it. There's too much going on track right now for me to be reading instead of watching the action. And Andre as well. Ooh, I was going to say he was going to have a chance to pass him on the DRS straight, but he's gone into the pits. And one of the guys, oh, it's very close, breaking there into the pit lane. And who is that? Who's just pitted ahead as well? Broshek has gone into the pits. That's good to know. And I can seemingly not change camera while in the pits, so we'll have to stick with this one. And Andre, has he jumped Unleashed? Because I can't see Unleashed now. And he has indeed, so Andre has jumped Unleashed in the pit lane. And that's the second big pass we've seen in the pit lane so far. And there's also several cars in the pits back there as well. Many of the midfield runners have been pitted. Leobot, Jason, and Rio Harayanzo also in the pits, as well as man in last place, Limitless HD. But at the front, I believe the top 3 now has still not pitted. Martin now leading the race, obviously taking the lead of the race thanks to that incident between Yi and Limitless. Martin is the one who has profited from that, and he's now inherited the lead. Wonder if he's going to go into the pits to respond to what Broshek did, because Broshek was running very close behind Martin before the pit stops. I guess we'll be following what happens with them now. And where will Broshek be compared to Martin when Martin reaches the pit exit? Limitless also into the pits. Is he doing the same? No. Les comes in from P4. So it looks like Yi has stayed out. And Martin has had a Ferrari go ahead of him. But he's not been jumped by Broshek. Even though Broshek did try for the undercut, he is still behind Martin. By about a second, I would say. But P4 on the track at the moment. The top 2. Now Chris X Stars, who has only done 1 pit stop so far. So he still has to pit for the second time, unlike the guys that just went into the pit there. And then, of course, the race leader, again, Yi, who caused that incident with Limitless earlier, was running P4 before the pit stops. Very close to Limitless, though, I think. And again, taking a lot of grass, so I will grant him no further time on the camera for the moment. Instead, I'm cutting to the last place for some reason. That seems inappropriate as well. And it looks like the close battle at the lower end of the top 10 are kind of spread out a little bit through that pit stop phase. You got, was that Leobot? Yeah, Leobot in 10th. I swear he was running 7th when I checked last time. So he might have lost out a little bit in the pit stop phase. Actually, although there's one guy who hasn't pitted yet. Okay. Let's try to jump through and see what's going on. One guy in the pits, who was that? Chris has gone into the pits for the second time, so I now believe everyone has pitted twice. I can see on the minimap that there are a couple of cars close towards the front. Here is Limitless. And where is Yi? Has he still not pitted, actually? I don't believe he has. I believe Yi is still running, so 2 laps after. Actually, I think this might be 3 laps after Broshek went in for his second stop. Yi still going in the lead. And Broshek still, I would say, about a second and a half maybe behind Martin. For what I believe is the net race lead. And Broshek as well. There's so many drivers going off just taking too much speed on the exit of turn 12. It's hard to say whether it's really gaining them anything. Certainly that would not gain and Brochek anything oversteering on the exit curve on turn 13. Brochek just trying desperately to close that gap to Tyrrell Martin. He is not in the DRS range yet. As Yi, I believe, who he has now pitted, finally, 3 laps after Brochek, who was the first man to go in for his second stop. Yi has now gone in, and I believe Limitless has just passed him as well. And he's gone to P5, so he's been passed by someone else as well. Andre has gone up to P4. So Yi seemingly at the moment has lost out by staying out several laps longer than these guys. But you have to wonder if he's maybe trying a different strategy, maybe trying to stop one more time less. Because I would assume that this is going to be a 3-stopper actually for most people, having done their second stop this early in the race. So let's just scroll through the field, I guess, see what's going on. And Least actually, he's gotten ahead of Yi as well. Yi is all the way down in P6 at the moment. The man who started on pole was looking very quick on pace, but then had that incident with Limitless, and now it's just gone from bad to worse, all the way down to P6 now. And we cut away. Jeez, oh, that looks better from Lest. He did not go off on the exit there, by the looks of it. Lest running in solid P7. With Pride P8. So Leobot P9, and is then Jason P10 then? Oh no, Chris is P10. Where's Jason gone? Jason, as we lost Limitless HD. I believe he was running in last place anyway. In 13th, quite a way behind, so he probably won't have lost any points by disconnecting there, but obviously a shame to see anytime someone has problems with their connection. But yeah, quite surprised to see Jason all the way down in 11th. The man who was looking so good in Season 9 on F1 2014, as Chris completely messes up turn 1 there. As he tries to catch up to the guy in P9, which is Leobot. We got a new guy trying to catch up to an experienced AOR driver, who is again trying to catch up to another new guy, Orbit Pride. The Frenchman in this race. But yeah, it's a big gap ahead of him. And then there's a little group forming here. Lest, Yi, and Unleashed, I believe. From P5 to P7. Running in a relatively close contention. Oh! It's gonna go back there. So it looks like Yi was gonna get a bit close. Might be getting a little bit spicy here. With the TSR Unleashed. So I'm sure Yi will want to have a go, potentially on the DRS straight here. Or P5 in the race. Not really the position Yi would have wanted to battle for after leading the race in the early stages. But here he goes. He's got DRS. He's not really catching that much though on Unleashed. I wonder if Unleashed is running less downforce or something like that. He started obviously catching towards the end of the straight, and Unleashed not getting the best exit out of turn 1 there. And now there's going to be side by side as I try to find a better camera angle. Unleashed on the inside. This is where he had that incident earlier on, but this time he's gone for a beautiful cutback attempt anyway. Unleashed are trying his best to hold on. Not well, he's keeping his foot in on the outside there. And once again, they're side by side. Oh no! They come together there. Unleashed is off in the gravel. Oh no! It looked like he kind of squeezed him a little bit onto the grass there. And Unleashed has gone into the gravel. He's got a little bit of front wing damage for what I can see there as well, and he's not dropped down to P8, nearly P9. So very unfortunate for him. Oh, I believe there's a bit of action as well that I might be missing over there. That's getting quite close as well. So yeah, he's still going in P5, but once again getting himself into a bit of a tangle with another car. So Yeah, it remains to be seen, of course, whether any of the drivers will have something to say about that. And Lee's really struggling now with lacking that front wing end plate and being overtaken by Orbit Pride. As I've just skipped the wrong way. And he's been overtaken by Chris X Stars as well. He's unleashed. It's gone from bad to worse, although he's trying to get that position back, even though Chris has got DRS to defend. And Unleashed is just having a torrid last couple of laps there after defending hard from Yi, but then getting caught on his side pod into the wall, into the gravel. And now Unleashed will probably have to settle for this scrap in the lower part of top 10 after looking good for at least, or potentially a top 5 anyway. And I believe we've got Jason not far behind either, so he will be looking to get back into the top 10 as well, as we got one car very lonely behind, Rio Haryanto. I was going to say one of the debutants, I believe he has had some league races in AOR in the past. Tyrrell Martin, though, still leading the race to start lap 20, so now we are around 2/3 of the way through the race. Can't be too long until we start seeing pit stops again, probably. But Martin looking very comfortable out in front. I'm just going to check the scoreboard quickly, actually. See what people's best lap times are. Martin with a 24 flat, 2/10 faster than Brochek in terms of fastest lap. Limitless also between them with a 24.1 as his fastest lap. And he only, despite his great pace at the start, only on a 24.5 for his best lap. So quite interesting there. I'm just going to skip down. Oh no, he's going to skip me back down to Martin. So yeah, Martin looking comfortable, several seconds ahead of Brochek, maybe by around 4 or 5 seconds. And Limitless running third, also around 4 seconds maybe behind Brochek. So even though there were some surprising qualifying, with the front row made up of 2 new drivers, the top 3 as it stands in the race now, all made up of veterans of the league, Martin, Brochek and Limitless. But then the man who started P2, one of the new guys, Andre, looking very solid in P4, very lonely on the track as well. So I have to say, if he finishes there, that'll be a very good debut for him. As Yi is still hanging on, if I can say that properly, ahead of Lest F1. Can't remember exactly where Lest F1 qualified. I believe it was towards the bottom of the top 10. So he has made up some places there in the race. Oh, as he's just gone up to P4, which means that there's been several calls in the pits. Brochek is pitted. Andreas pitted. And a few cars further, several cars further behind pitting as well, actually. So this should be the final pit stop of the race. It'll be around 9 or 10 laps. Yeah, it'll be a 9 lap dash on these primes. Finish the race. So I guess once all these pit stops now have been sorted out, we'll get an exact overview of how the order is. And Jason's gone up to P10. Oh yeah, so he's jumped Unleashed in the pit stop. Obviously, yeah, because Unleashed would have had to change his front wing with that damage. So it went from bad to worse to even freaking more worse for Unleashed, and he's now out of the top 10. You have to say on pace, he might potentially be able to catch up to Jason and possibly some of the other guys, but he'll have to really push now on his final stint. I believe the leaders are now in the pits as well. Well, that's Rio Haryanto running in last. Yeah, here's Martin. Looking good at the front. Brochek's pitting behind him as well. Looks like a normal pit stop from the Caterham boys. So that's no, Brochek actually. He pitted last lap, didn't he? And that's Limitless in the pits now. Where is Brochek? I believe that's Brochek coming down the straight there. And there he goes. So the 3 guys, no change in terms of gaps by the looks of it. There's about 4 seconds between Martin and Brochek, and then about 4 seconds between Brochek and Limitless as well. Ooh, I believe there might be some close action going on. Unless I'm completely mistaken, and I was. There was no close actions going on. Okay. Let's try and get an overview again. So Andre is currently P6. Oh yeah, Chris starts, of course. Once again, running a different strategy. He's not pitted yet. He started on the primes, then went on to the primes for the second stint as well. So he'll be on the options then for the final stint. Be interested to see where he comes out of the pits then after he's done his final pit stop, to see if he's close to anyone and potentially can catch them with the better tires. But right now, it's hard to say exactly where he is in the overall situation of the race. And I think Yi actually the man leading the race right now. But of course not having done his final pit stop either. We'll look down to Orbit Pride at the moment. This is the closest battle on the track as it stands. Orbit Pride trying to chase down a Leobot for P8. As Yeet on the cleanlaptoday.com. That's very funny in the chat there. Okay. Yeah, you can see on the minimap that the like everyone on the other side of the track from this battle is damn, I jumped the wrong way again! Just gonna watch Orbit goes too wide and exit there. Yeah, Chris is now pitted, so he's come out on P9 actually, and on the option tires. That could be very interesting to follow Chris's final few laps here. Option tires compared to the two cars that is not far ahead of him, which would be Orbit Pride and Leobot, running on the primes at the moment. So Chris, if he's got the pace in this car, could potentially catch up to those guys and challenge for P7. I'm just gonna skip to the front again just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. See what the situation is again. Andre running comfortably in P5 at the moment, but Yi, I believe, is not pitted yet. Unless I'm completely mistaken. Limitless in P4, Brojek P3, Martin P2, and here we go then, for the lead, even though Yi has done one less pit stop than these guys. But in terms of the on track right now, this is the battle for the lead. Martin just behind Yi. And he'll be hoping to not get tangled up with an incident. There's a couple of other cars in this race who has been, of course, tangled up with Yi a little bit. But Martin probably, well, I guess he would have seen that incident between Yi and Limitless, so might be feeling like he needs to be a little bit careful here as he approaches the back of him. But he really needs, though, to not be held up too much, because Brojek, even though he's not really within touching distance, if Martin makes a couple of mistakes or gets held up here, then Brojek could be right on him. I'm just trying to count on the minimap. I would say about 3.5 seconds from Martin back to Brojek. Martin getting very close to Yi now, obviously on much fresher tires compared to Yi, but Yi's still staying out. Is he trying to do a two-stopper here, potentially to do one stop less than everyone else? But there's no problem for Martin at all to pass him with DRS there. Yi just moving to the inside line and having a lot less speed on the straight. Martin, though, not getting the best exit out of the first corner, but he has the better tires to get on the throttle better. And Yi is down to second. That'll be very, very interesting if Yi is not planning to pit again, because then I guess he's got 4.5 laps now to just try and hang on and lose as few positions as possible. He was, I believe, was it P5, P6? He was P5. I think it might have been P5 before everyone else pitted for their third time. Yeah, he will obviously be very much on the back foot in terms of tires, but he has, at the moment, as it stands, track position over all the guys that was ahead of him before. Brojek will then be the next one trying to catch him and pass him. And he looks to be catching very fast. I don't think he'll have a problem, to be perfectly honest. But you never know if Yi puts up an almighty defense. And he's now... Has he gone into pits there, actually? He has, yeah. So, okay, that's not going to be as interesting then. He has actually gone into the pits eventually. So I guess he's gone for a different strategy in terms of everyone else, I believe, has gone on 3 prime stints and 1 option stint. But he going for 2 option stints and 2 prime stints. So he will have some very fast tires at the end of the race. But the question is, has he lost too much time by staying out that long on 1 tires? He's come out in P6. Yeah, that's where I... Well, actually, I believe he might have been in P5 before. Who is that? Who is now ahead of him? It's Les F1, yeah. I believe Les has gained that position as a result of he staying out late on his 1 tires, having worse pace as, during that time. But now, obviously, he will be having the better tires and trying to close that gap back up and get that 5th place back. But I don't think he'll have a chance to challenge for anything more than that. Looking at the minimap and the gaps between the drivers. I think there's some close battling going on in the lower part of the field here. Chris has actually gotten past Unleashed, has gotten up to 9th again. Unleashed was 11th before. So he has passed a couple of cars. Jason's P10. And who's that guy running in P11? Orbit Pride. Oh, that's interesting. He was in P8 not too long ago. So he has lost out somewhere. Possibly had a mistake or an incident. Hard to really say, considering we're following what's been going on out in front. But yeah, Unleashed making some positions back up after his struggles in the previous stint with losing his M plate and having that incident. And I wonder if Jason will be within DRS range here. Only 3 laps to go in the race. The leaders will already have started lap 27. I'll have to try and remember, at least when we're on the final lap, to go back to Martin to see him cross the line. But for now, we'll see if Jason can challenge Unleashed in any way, shape or form on lap 27 here. He certainly has DRS, but he's not really close enough to make use of it at the moment. And on the minimap, the guys in the top 6 really, all very much spread out. I mean, it's not super spread out. It's only a matter of like 3-4 seconds between all of them, but yeah, in terms of immediate battles and in terms of there only being 3 laps to go in the race, I'm not sure we'll be seeing any further battles in the top 6. And with Leobot's running P7 at the moment, he's got Chris X-Stars running on the option tires not far behind him as well. And Jason just edging a little bit closer in the slipstream there. And he saved a bit of curse for the DRS rate. We'll stay on board with him for now to see if he has a chance this time to challenge Unleashed. Not the best exit there. He's put him a little bit on the back foot onto the straight. Had to take a tighter line than Unleashed, and Unleashed able to maintain a big enough gap to not be challenged too much. Although he ran a little bit wide there. Jason closing in a little bit and now has a DRS. Will he force Unleashed to go defensive here? Will he have a massive dive bomb? No, he won't. Jason is a sensible driver, from my experience, and he will not be dive bombing there from that far back, unless he knows something that we don't in terms of his brakes or something. Ria Hariantus retired from the race. He was running P12, quite far behind. So another retirement who won't be affecting the result in terms of who scores points here in this race. Minimap, top 4 still all very spread out. Although, oh god, I need to skip. There looks to be some close stuff going on for P5 possibly. Look at this, Yee all over Lest F1 now. He's caught him up. And on the DRS straight, Lest will go defensive into turn 1 to start a final lap of the race already. Man, this race has flown by. And will he keep it on the outside? Is around. Oh, Lest trying to stay side by side. But he managed to keep the momentum on the outside line there to stay ahead, and now has the DRS to defend. Oh, Lest is dive bombing up the inside. Or at least, to be fair, it wasn't really a dive bomb. It was a fair enough attempt. But was a little bit too far behind to make it stick. He once again keeping the momentum on the outside to get back up to P5, so he's made use of those fresh option tires at the end. But now, oh god, I have to remember to skip back towards the front, because as it stands, we got Andre running P4, we got Limitless running in P3, we got Brojek P2, but the man who will be winning this first race of the revived AOR F1 2013 season on the Xbox 360 will be Tyrrell Martin, who's had a fantastic drive, I have to say. Took advantage of that incident between Limitless and Yi, and now swerves to the line to win the Australian Grand Prix here to start the season. Brojek finishes second, and Limitless third. Andre with a very solid debut for him, finishing P4 in the race. Kind of a silent race for him, after dropping a few positions at the start, having started second. And we didn't see, I believe Yi held on to P5 ahead of Lest F1. Liebot looking good for 7th. And is there still close action going on back here? Jason running very close behind Unleashed, but has not managed to make the pass. So Unleashed finishes P9 then. Jason P10. Orbit Pride, unfortunately, instead be missing out on the points. So there we have the standings, or the results from the first race. I'm a bit knackered. That went by super quickly, to be honest. I said to myself that I should be looking at the chat several times throughout the race, but only had time to do it once or twice. And even then I only had time to see a few comments. But yeah, in the end, quite dominant from the top 3. A few close battles in the midfield, and a couple of incidents involving our new Italian. So it remains to be seen if any drivers will be complaining about that at the end of the race. But here we have Tyrrell Martin winning the race, looking very pleased, and that's exactly the way he would have wanted to start the season. After, of course, in Season 9, when he made his return to the league, he also started that return by winning the Hungarian Grand Prix. That was his first and only win in the AOR F1 League up until now. Now he's had his second, and will be surely very pleased with that. Limitless was on course for potentially winning the race, but then had the incident that put him back to P3. Brojek as well, taking advantage of that to get P2. So I'm not sure really what more there is to say about this race. Still lots going on in the chat, and I hope I wasn't too bad in terms of the commentary. I mean, it's the first time I've done something like this, commentating live on a stream on the race, while operating the spectator cameras and everything like that. And as we know, the spectator cameras on this game aren't the best. So, and I'm just going to show you quickly, actually, how uncomfortable I am in terms of my situation. I'm just going to turn on the webcam quickly. If I can. If it's working. Is it not working? I don't think it's working! Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, there it is, actually. Yeah, here you can see then my double headset setup. Got my Xbox headset on this side, got my PC headset on this side, and it's all pressing very hard down on my head. It's really not the most comfortable way to commentate. And no, Harry, I'm not naked, but I am in my boxers. I'm not going to stand up for you, I'm afraid. So there you go. Yeah, I really hope you enjoy that race. So much going in the chat. Yeah, I really appreciate everyone who's tuned in for this race. Not sure, 136 viewers. Jesus freaking Christ, that's more than I was expecting. Holy, now I got even more nervous. Yeah, everyone excited to see the face cam. That's nice, I guess. All right. Yeah, hope you enjoy the race. Thanks very much for watching, and of course, thanks to drivers for putting on a decent show for us today. And next week, either me or Matty will be back with the second round from Malaysia. I'm not sure which one of us will be streaming this one. the main reason I was streaming this race was because Matty was out on a date and couldn't do it. So yeah, I might be back for the next one, or Matty will be back. You'll have to wait and see, I guess. But thanks for watching, and next race, yep. People still asking in the chat when the next race is. I just told you it was in a week for the round 2 at Malaysia. And now my Twitter is going off as well, so it's time to end the stream, I think. This race actually, I will upload the replay of this stream onto YouTube, I believe, unless my OBS has messed up the recording. Have to wait and see. But for now, thanks for my commentary broke right there at the end. That's a good way to end, isn't it? Yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys, and might see you next week.